I'm gonna just do a really quick rapid fire thing, and I'm gonna high level a bunch of stuff just because I really want to show people how how much there is inside BarnumPT. So if you go to BarnumPT, there's a full page screenshot. There's a viewport screenshot, which is just a visible thing. Take a screenshot of a section. So if you like something, like I personally love this website, so like this is a great section. Like boom, just the way they have everything there, and now it's saved here. And then we're gonna put all of our data into this thing, and this is locally. Well, the data used to be locally, now it's hosted. We host all the data for you, so that way if you go to a different computer, it's going to be there, but you're going to have it all inside of this dashboard. And then I'm going to go back here. We have a color picker. Anytime you need a color, you just go ahead and grab one. Then you go back to here, and then you'll have all your colors here. And you can put all your colors and your swipes and your screenshots into a folder. If you want to go a little bit more intense about your colors, you open up the color picker thing, and then you can move this around. You're going to get your hex, your RGBs, your shades. You have a little contrast checker right here. You make sure always want to make sure that your contrast color is passing for small text, large text. It's not required, but hey, make sure people can read your website. Then we're going to
Wow,
measure something,
nice.
which is more or less just because it's tool belt, you have to have a ruler. That's just really why it's there, because you have to have a ruler. But the inspector, so you go on a website, like let's go to Dan Kennedy. Let's go to something cool. Okay, so we're funnel hack at Dan Kennedy today, and then we're gonna open up our inspector here, and then we just want to see like what's going on with this button right here. Okay, so if we clicked on it, we could see that it's an A tag, which means it's an anchor, it's a link. We can see the padding here, so it's got 25 on each side, it's got 10 at the top, it's 700, and then we can start copying the font size, some of these things. And the reason why I have these ones specifically is because it's meant to be like copy this and go to ClickFunnels 2.0 to just copy those in. So I didn't include. So these are like flex things. But either way, and then you can check out like different parts of the page to just kind of like narrow in. You can grab the fonts, and then if you want to check out what colors are on the page, what fonts are on the page, and if anyone's a developer, they're probably looking at this. This is what the box model is right here, and they're probably like, well, that's cool, but like I have access to this all day. It's like, well, not everyone's a developer. So if we go inspect and then we do this, this is what developers get all day. They do this all day, and then they get the box model right here and all this stuff, but it's hidden inside the browser and no one looks at it. So I took that and made it available to basically everybody who's
You
using this,
gave
right?
it you
Was
gave
that
it you gave it what's called a GUI.
right? Yes.
Exactly. And that's what the same thing they did with Windows. That Windows revolutionized it because it gave it a graphic user interface.
Like I was watching some documentaries on graphical user interface. The Alto, what is it? Oh my, no, it is insane. When they first came out with the GUI, the concepts that they came up with are exactly the same as that we use today. Like drag an icon to a folder to here, and it's like what they defined it, and then we just stuck with it. Like for like no one innovated on it. Isn't it wild? But you're exactly
Yeah,
right. A GUI to a lot of these to this particular thing of
technical.
being able to funnel hack, and then sorry,
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep on going, okay?
Awesome,
But I'm
awesome,
trying to
awesome.
just like rapid fire because there's so many things. So if your image, you have to grab. So if this is good, if you're like a client and you're their one website and you need to move it to their next website, right? So you just scrape all the images, click here, and download it. And I did have it so it's saved, but then after a while, I was like, wait, like we don't know who owns these images and whatever. You're transferring these images, so you're going to download them. That's what that is. A new snippet is just real quick if you like something, and then a snippet, and then you put it in there, and then save it, and then you can access that. And I'll show you where you're going to access it. So think about this toolbar when you're outside the ClickFunnels editor and you're on the internet doing this, and you're grabbing screenshots, you're grabbing colors, you're grabbing whatever. You're doing it because you're going to go back into ClickFunnels at some point, right? And then you're going to have access to this stuff. Okay, so it's not just for no reason. You